Clay Harbor from Bachelor in Paradise couldn't commit. He was too in love with Angela. Oh, and not only that, he totally led Angela on, broke her heart, and then jumped into paradise 3 months later.
Oh, how horrible.
Well, hold on there. That's right, it's time for another In Defense Of video. And with the recent drama from social media with Clay and Nicole, and what Clay has come out and talked about, which we're going to get into in a moment, I think it's time to do one of these for Clay. By the way, I've listened to what some of you have posted on my community page for videos to do during the off-season, and I'm definitely going to be doing some of your suggestions, so don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that post. But for now, we're going to be looking at Clay and everything that's happened since Paradise, and seeing if we can picture things from his perspective. Disclaimer: this video and the things discussed are not necessarily my personal opinion. I'm going to try to be purely looking at things from Clay's side, and looking at his rationale during his time on Paradise and afterwards. So without further ado, in defense of Clay. Going into Paradise, I saw Clay as the sweet-natured football player who never got an opportunity to shine on Becca's season, as he had to leave due to an injury.
I definitely think what I had with Becca was special. It was tough to think that I walked away from that.
But when he arrived in Paradise, it wasn't long until the first bits of shade started heading his way. Clay broke up with Angela, another Bachelor World personality, 3 months before going on the show, and Annalise, Angela's friend, called out Clay for breaking her heart. And for a lot of people, the problem here was, Clay had started dating Nicole, and, you know, it's no fun when your boyfriend's brooding over their ex the entire time you're together. So let's talk about Clay and Angela before getting into everything with Nicole, because this is a very important aspect of Clay's experience and actions on Bachelor in Paradise. I myself emphasized that Clay spent way too much time talking about Angela while he was on the show. Way too much time.
Angela's my ex-girlfriend. Angela. I don't have romantic feelings for Angela.
Right.
Which seems like, whoa, dude, you are not over her. But recently Clay's come out with more of a response to what went down on the show. As far as what happened with Angela, Clay had this to say. As far as Angela is concerned, Angela and I met and dated completely off camera, and we decided to break up. People break up. Everyone on the show has broken up, otherwise they wouldn't be on the show. A big reason I decided to end things was not to waste her time or lead her on. I was also told she wouldn't be in Paradise, but that's another story. Now the end part there is what really sticks out to me. Regardless of who told him that, from Clay's perspective, he wasn't going to be seeing Angela show up. So when she does, yeah, he was shocked. Or possibly even feeling ambushed. From his perspective, perhaps he was thinking producers told him she wasn't going to be there and then they lied about it. So, what are they planning? Or perhaps this sudden appearance of his ex means she's planning something. Something to ruin his time in Paradise, or to get revenge. Which might explain all the shade that was thrown her way during the season.
Perfect little everything. What? She looks psycho.
She's not supposed to be there, and yet, here she is. Paranoia settles in, and suddenly you're on the defensive. Angela this, Angela that, you say to all the others there, and of course Nicole is also going to get in on it. This could be a threat to her relationship with Clay, and she doesn't know anything other than what Clay's told her, which is likely that Angela's appearance on the show is sudden and surprising. But this isn't an In Defense of Nicole video. So if you look at it from this perspective, that might be the reason why Clay seemed to obsess over Angela so much, despite being broken up with her for 3 months and in a relationship with Nicole. Not to mention there likely was goading from the producers. What do you think about Angela, Clay? Do you think she's here to sabotage you and your relationship? Do you think she's here for revenge? Do you think she's going to make fart noises at you while you work out? Leading questions that draw out great lines for the editors to put in the show, but it also gets you paranoid. Now, eventually, Clay and Angela talked it out and agreed they were going to move forward. Still, this was a relationship that ended 3 months prior. It's okay for Clay to be sensitive about her being around while still pursuing a new relationship with Nicole. Which brings me to the next part of Clay's rough journey through paradise. Nicole. All through paradise, the only thing Nicole seemingly wanted was for Clay to commit to her, and, well, he was never able to get there. And Nicole was quite upset about that. She felt like Clay was leading her on. And since the airing of the show, there has been additional callouts on social media. In response to one comment on Instagram, Nicole said, "He straight up went on 2 shows where the sole purpose is to find the one, and then he's out here confused when he applied for these reality dating shows himself, which are accelerated. It's literally in the synopsis of said shows. And then led Angela and I on because he's scared of commitment and won't settle down until he's in his 40s because he's the Bachelor of Chicago. And did these 2 shows for clout to see if he'd gain 15 minutes of fame and get back into his failed NFL career." She also added, "Oh, and if you ever read or heard him say, 'but I wanted to date' after the, he never even hit me up once. Not until the day before the show premiered to make sure we were good and I wouldn't roast him. So I think it's safe to say the 2 aren't on the friendliest of terms right now." Clay then responded to those statements, first off addressing the mention of his failed NFL career, which wasn't really a failure. But the shade was enough to draw out further comments. "As far as reaching out is concerned, I was going to reach out, but after finding out she had a boyfriend a couple of weeks after the show, I decided not to. I was happy for her and didn't want to intrude." Which does make sense. Still, there was 2 weeks of dead air, but who knows? That's a delicate processing time. Now, should Clay have reached out to Nicole sooner than he did? Probably. Did he do it so late out of malice or apathy towards Nicole? Probably not. But Clay has more to say in terms of leading Nicole on. "No, I will not be pressured into something as powerful as an engagement. Yes, I'm aware it's accelerated, but each relationship is different, and I didn't think mine made it far enough yet to be ready for that step. You can't force things, and I came in hoping to find that. I honestly think I would have went home if not for the fight. Thanks, Jordan. After seeing what happened, whenever someone else showed a little interest, I lost a lot of confidence in my relationship, and wanted the opportunity to see what would happen in real life, so I'm sorry if that's wrong." And there are 3 important things to pull from what he's saying here. 1. He felt pressured into an engagement. In the deleted segment with him and Nicole from the After the Final Rose finale, Clay mentioned he wished Angela would have been open to just leaving paradise together as boyfriend and girlfriend.
I didn't understand why you weren't open to the possibility of leaving and dating and being boyfriend and girlfriend, meeting each other's family.
And while Nicole, yes, did mention he never once, quote, hit her up after the show, I don't think that means what he said wasn't true. And I want to express that this pressure for an engagement likely wasn't coming just from Nicole. Producers are also pushing for proposals. Why wouldn't they? It's the ultimate ending for their show. So you have producers saying, "Hey, things with Nicole are amazing, right? Check out all these rings we've picked out." Mix that with Nicole, who wants to get engaged and is also probably being told the same things by producers, and you've got yourself a lot of things pressing you to get down on one knee, which clearly wasn't something Clay wanted to do, no matter what his reason was. 2, Clay says, "I honestly think I would have went home if not for the fight." I kind of agree. I mean, no one will ever know for sure, but all while Nicole was being pursued by Christian, she was expressing she wanted a guy who was confident and took action. This was something she also expressed to Clay. Now, Christian was certainly a confident guy, so Clay's claims that Nicole likely would have picked Christian over him if the fight hadn't occurred aren't entirely unfounded. Which leads to 3. After seeing what happened whenever someone else showed a little interest, I lost a lot of confidence. Which explains even more, not only why he seemed so downcast at many times during the show, but also why he could never quite get there with Nicole. And if you add the lack of confidence, the paranoia with Angela, and the pressure from the producers, you get Clay, unsure of what to do and where to go with things. Now, did he do everything perfectly? No. Did he handle other people's feelings well? Not always. But in defense of Clay, could you see why he acted the way he did? I think so. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did. We're in mid-October, so it's just a couple of months away until we're back with more Bachelor goodness. So until then, Bachelor Fantake, out.
Angela's my ex-girlfriend. Angela. I don't have romantic feelings for Angela.
Right.